Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to hopefully capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history. Now guys, that phrase non-biased is very important because when someone does research, if they're biased and they're only trying to find out positive information to grow their channel about their favorite crypto, you're going to get a lot of misinformation. And when you don't research the big picture and all the competition, you're not going to understand what you're investing in, and you're going to think that maybe your favorite project is winning and that they're dominant, when in the reality, when reality hits, you're going to understand how wrong you are. So I want to explain the big picture of what's going on with Hedera and what separates them from the average blockchain. Because I've said from day one, and people hate to hear this, and I actually hate that this is a fact. But, I used to work for Bear Stearns. I've been behind the scenes, and I've said from day one that the central banks, Wall Street, and the governments, primarily the U.S. governments, pick winners and losers. And guys, we know they've all picked the Ethereum ecosystem. That's not even open for debate. But the other ecosystem that they have shown that they are picking is Hedera and HBAR. And unlike a lot of layer ones out there, if you hear partnership with Hedera, that means they're buying the HBAR token. And that's not the case with a lot of other blockchains, like say XRP or XLM with their MoneyGram partnership. Anyway, right now, as you can see, Visa just announced a big partnership with Skew X. Skew X is a major player in SKUs and payments around the world. Now, I want to explain to you why that is so positive and how there is a 100% direct link to Hedera. And then we're also going to talk about the HBAR and MasterCard link. So stay with me. All right, guys. When it comes to Hedera, like with the governing council, here's the big picture. They're all building a use case for the future. They're building something out to go from Web 2 to Web 3. And that's why you don't hear a lot about it. IBM or Skew X or whoever, they do not want the whole world to understand what they're doing. They are leaders. Now, once they implement their service, the whole world will start to follow. For the most part, guys, when we move to Web 3 or Web 2 to Web 3, and everyone's might be using, Web 3 technology like Hedera and the Hashgraph technology, they're not going to know that. They're just going to go to, say, Ingles and buy their groceries, ring it up, and Hedera and HBAR was used. They didn't have to buy the token. They have no idea that they've been moved into the future, where in the past they used coupons and now they're using something else. They're not even going to know, and they're not going to care. Anyway, that leads me back to Skew X. I want to share with you guys what a SKU is if people don't understand. A SKU is a stock keeping unit. Like when you go to the grocery store and there's a can of beans, that's a certain SKU. And that has a unique number or code for retailers to identify and track those products. Well, Skew X is one of the biggest players, and they also tie that into their payments. So what I'm getting at is, like an Ingles grocery store, and a lot of people might not know what that is if you're not from America or certain parts of America, but it's just a grocery store. And they have SKUs like through companies like Skew X. And that infrastructure is just a service that they pay for. Well, Skew X has partnered with Visa. Now, to tell you a little bit more about Skew X, guys, I would go to skux.io, surf around, and understand what they do. But basically, you know how you have rewards programs, you have coupons, and all of that stuff. That's what they set up with the stores, all different types of retailers, and they have the software, the payment structure, and everything. It's just a cookie cutter program. Well, they 100% use Hedera and HBAR, and now Visa has partnered with Skew X, and they are going to tie in to the Hedera ecosystem using HBAR. Now, if that wasn't bullish enough, MasterCard, we think, and this is not 100%, I would guess this is about 70%, but now we believe that MasterCard will end up using Skew X or another partner of Hedera's ecosystem for its new announcement where it said they're building out the multi-token network. Now, there might be 20 different tokens used, I don't know, but we believe that the odds are that they are going to tie into HBAR. Now, why do I say that? Most people don't know this, but MasterCard had their own blockchain, and it did extremely well. However, they learned a lot, and they realized private blockchain probably wasn't the best route, that they need to go to a public blockchain. Now, they canceled that. Now, check this out. This is the tie to why I'm saying what I'm saying about Hedera and HBAR. Their biggest customers, look at this news article, Fresh Supply, FSCO, another major corporation, is the largest user, it's the largest customer of MasterCard. Well, they were using the private blockchain that MasterCard canceled. Well, when they canceled it, they said, we like that service. We need that service. That is the future. So they stepped out and they created their own product line and their own service using Hedera and HBAR. And then they started showing people how that worked, and started bringing people into Hedera. Well, MasterCard saw that, right? And they said, well, we need to bring back that service, but we need to do it on a public blockchain. So they put together a team of advisors and counselors, which leads us to Hedera. This is just one person that is involved with MasterCard and Skew X. It says Tricia, and I'm not going to try to announce her name, former head of MasterCard Data and Services North America, joins Skew X Board of Advisors. And then when you go look at the people that are building out MasterCard's new service, there's like 7 people shown, and 5 of those are directly linked with Skew X or Hedera. So we are, and they are directly linked to MasterCard and Skew X. So I think there is an above average chance that they are going to go the way of Fresh Supply and build out their new service kind of like Fresh Supply did. They just kind of pioneered it for them. But either way, guys, this is extremely bullish. And hopefully I did a good job of explaining the difference of the use cases for Hedera. When the governing council, like IBM and Fresh Supply, I believe they're a governing council, and all these major players build out their blockchain, they're going to push that onto their customers. And that gets back to what I said earlier. The central banks, Wall Street, and the governments pick winners and users. They already have the dominance with the customers. Pick a sector. It's already being dominated by someone. And those customers are going to, the odds are, going to use whatever blockchain, whatever hash graph type technology that is given to them when they go to Web 2 to Web 3. Whether it's a bank or a grocery store, why would they step out on a limb, risk their job to try to create and go it alone? When, like in banking, if a banker starts to use blockchain technology and it doesn't work out or whatever, they're going to say, well, you know, JP Morgan led us down this path. IBM led us down this path. They're not going to go it alone. They're going to have someone directing them. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on how you look at it, those dominant players like Wall Street have already picked Ethereum and HBAR, period. Now, there's other blockchains that are going to get a piece of the pie, but if I had to choose long term, which for me, I only invest bull run to bull run. I will sell everything I own in this bull run outside of my Bitcoin. But if I had to pick one blockchain, which Hashgraph, HBAR is not a blockchain, it's Hashgraph technology. But if I had to pick one token outside of Bitcoin to hold for 10 years, it would probably be HBAR for whatever that's worth. That being said, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you need some help with your portfolio, I do one-on-one coaching. We go through your portfolio. There's 3 phone calls or Zoom calls. It's only $250. And we analyze where you're at. We talk about how to compare projects to other projects, how to dollar cost average in and out. I answer any questions you have. It's only $250. If you think you need some coaching, I'll leave a link down below. But either way, guys, get a plan. Stick to it. Work that plan. And remember this, if the majority were right, the majority would be rich. And one last thing, guys, take your profits or you'll become the profits. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share with like-minded people. Hit that like button, but no matter what, come back and be part of this community. Take care, guys.